Okay, as many people are aware, there's a bit of a right wing, you could call it a civil war happening in the American right between people like Candace Owens, Ben Shapiro are some major players in that. Tucker Carlson, you could throw in there. Tim Pool, there's a whole bunch of disagreement happening on the American right wing. Megyn Kelly, even. Is that also happening to a smaller degree for sure in Canada? Because we will see. I actually hope it does happen because I think it'll raise awareness to the Canadian right, show some division, and kind of get everybody hopefully on the same page. I have some other thoughts, which I'll share in the video. But the first thing I'm going to cover here is just pretty large X account here. Cat Canada says, some guy I've never heard of says he'll call out anyone, including Billboard Kris and truck driver Pleb and Wyatt Claypool for being establishment shills. I've collected so many badges now. Russian bot, Kremlin cat, Mossad, MAGA, and now this. Are you not entertained? So I'll play this clip here because, and I'll also get a little bit of post here from this person named Kris Eriksen, who I think he's the guy that wants to debate Wyatt Claypool, if you've ever heard of that person as well. Pretty, I'd say pretty successful for sure Canadian YouTube channel. Not the biggest on the right, but top 5, I would say. There's anyway, the majority of this clip is this person named JP Berg. Let's take a look. It's about a minute long. I'll play the whole thing.
Wyatt Claypool is a snake. He has the reputation of a snake as someone who's been a populist for the last 4 years publicly. And on these platforms, I mean, his reputation precedes him. He's been adversarial and antagonistic to every populist effort that's occurred. He's one of the forefront people that were trying to defame the PPC. Everyone who seems to be allied with him, like Billboard Kris and Cat Kanada, I don't care, the Pleb, I'll call all these people out. They're establishment shills. They're involved in some capacity. They're not the genuine independent people in this space. So, I mean, the kid, and I'll call him a kid, not to mention he's got a massive forehead. But this kid, he's kryptonite for populists. So if you're coming out to offer yourself as a political alternative to a corrupt establishment and you're going to involve someone that has that reputation, that makes me question you and the integrity of the whole outfit. And that's just my sincere impression, and I have to give that. But yeah, the dude's a snake in the grass. I'm personally for you, Kris. I'm glad.
Few quick thoughts on that video. I really hope we get, as I mentioned before, some type of debate on the Canadian right, because unfortunately, I think the Canadian right is similar to the American left in this one way. The American left defines themselves as being anti-Trump. I think the Canadian right largely defines itself by being anti-Trudeau and now anti-Liberal Party. That's just the truth in my opinion. I don't know, maybe you disagree with this, but I don't think the conservative movement in Canada has a clear objective of what they are, what they're striving towards. If you take we're against liberals out of the equation, I think the liberal media and just the liberal wave, whatever you want to call it, in Canada still dictates way too much of the discussion, still bullies conservatives into their framing. I think the Overton window in Canada is still actually way smaller than it is in America, and that's largely driven by places like CBC, CTV. They don't get anybody on who's truly right-wing. So, I mean, my at least fantasy right now is we get a lot more discussion and debate from the Canadian right to see what is this movement? What does it stand for? What are we trying to accomplish? I think Polyev, I've made this point before, during the campaign, I thought he did a terrible job of this. I think lately he's been pretty good again. I think before the campaign, and now I've seen some things lately from Polyev that I like, but this person, Kris Eriksen, who was in that clip, I mentioned him a little bit. He says Wyatt Claypool is the reason I resigned from 1BC. So he has some other posts. I'm not going to go, but he seems to be kind of calling out Wyatt Claypool lately in some of his posts. I mean, maybe I'll scroll down and see if I can find one. I have zero time for establishment conservatives outside of putting them in their place and mocking their soul selling. I don't know that I would call the Pleb Yeah, see, like this thing, Cat, Pleb, Wyatt, another establishment conservatives need to own who they are is all. If you stand with the establishment, why so sensitive? Just be you and stop pretending that you were something that you were not. I don't exactly know what he means by that. I mean, I would not call these people, I mean, I don't know. I don't know them enough to, I'd say Pleb. I don't know that I'd call him establishment just because he's sort of friendly with Pierre Poilievre. I don't know what the point of that is. I think this is pretty much a weak argument. And then, yeah, I don't know. And to this person, I mean, I think you need to have a YouTube channel to be more persuasive. I don't think these tweets really cut it, but we will see what happens moving forward. I would love to see more debates because I might even agree with these people. Like, I would probably consider myself more of a populist as well. I don't think it's fair, though, to say that, like, Cat, Pleb, and Wyatt are part of the establishment. I don't really get the logic there. But anyway, with that said, I'll finish the video. Thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts. Have a great day.